support. I was honestly still expecting that they would go for it just because it is kind of so common in pro play that people just default towards that. But Bard getting more popular. Busio has been styling on people on this pick.
Yep.
And we'll see if he's going to be able to have a lot of success on. Yep. Just going to be pretty standard stuff. But you can see XU actually was pinging up towards topside, and he did skip his blue buff, so trying to get there before Fudge can crash this wave. Okay. And Fudge could be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Fudge gonna have to look out for that vault breaker, because here it comes. XU arrives, one more hit's gonna get it done. First blood over to Disguise.
Yeah, Fudge is
going to walk up and try to potentially contest for this. XU nearby, Drake down to about 1,500 HP. Contracts close in, and it will be secured by the Trundle. Now everybody on Disguise, ready to dogpile in, but Rahel's already got the first kill. There on to Seos. Shopify Rebellion trying to get away from this one. Contracts takes a bite, but it's Huhi eating good. Three.
Yeah. Go to left, go to left.
Yeah, we're coming.
Watch, I'm gonna go when it's slow, okay? Can you get LT?
Yeah.
Look at well, look at well. The fight is good. Look, Trundle. Trundle, no flash.
Keep going, keep going.
Yeah, can we go Trundle? No flash. I think you guys got it. Nice.
Unfortunately for XU, that one backfires, but he does still have 100% kill participation. It's not like it's been a bad game from him so far. Fudge now in a little bit of danger. Huhi firing off the Tempered Fate to save him a couple of turret shots as Fudge has to try to kite away back from his own turret. Seos wants to come up here and help his top laner. Fudge is buying a lot of time, but not enough. Wholeheartedly agree. 12 minutes in, they're leading just about every way that they could possibly be leading in. As soon as they'll grab this dragon here to equalize those like you're talking about. Darkwing just
really puts a lot of pressure on the team to improve, or your spot could just quite literally be gone in the LTA.
I mean, it's a type of pressure that hasn't really existed here in our league since back in 2017, as there's your Tempered Fate, finds its way out of contracts. Now the follow-up, Seos wanting to drop down the as meaningfully as they would otherwise like to. We're going to see Shopify go ahead and back up as the Dragon loses a little bit of its patience, but still, it'll be aggroed once more by Disguised.
Fudge is on the top side and has no TP, so this should be Disguised Dragon, and that should be the feats going their way. Contracts is kiting this Gromp down, but I mean, I don't think he's going to get in range to actually do anything about this here. XU has the smite. Some of the philosophers, the greatest minds of our time, Flowers.
I like how we're using the name of one character. Hold on now. Seos is going to be some danger heading his way as he gets cooked up by Castle right Diesel there. And Ricky Bobby.
His last name is Diesel, and he's in a racing movie. He's Vin Diesel.
Okay, fine. Fair enough. You know, I can respect the wordplay on that one, as I can also respect another Tempered Fate coming out here from Huhi, but he's got to be a little bit more careful. Palafox wanted to try to get the damage down, but it ain't gonna happen. Huhi swapping over to the Exhaust, finding value there with the Summoner Spellbook, and Disguised are gonna grab the first turret here in the top lane.
Shopify is always gonna be a threat. Castle is spotted.
Okay, Castle, can you fight your way out of this one? Tries to turn around for some damage there, but a Contract just about burns him down, but the Tempered Fate arrives. XU trying to follow up here with an engage. Beautifully played from Castle. The Rumble is the bait, and Shopify are hooked. Disguised feeling great about the way this one played out.
Yeah, that was actually sick. You know, Castle able to get a great equalizer down that is getting them really low. Then it's the entire team that comes in to actually bail him out, because Huhi buys time with the Tempered Fate, and then XU targets Palafox, who has his full kit available. So as the Tempered Fate expires on Castle, Palafox is CC'd by the Vi, so he can't actually finish him off. So it was really well done by a number of DSG members there, and they're going to get Otacon right off the back of this. I feel like this is one of the best. DSG showing that they are not to be messed with here, and turning in a pretty solid game. TP's coming up. There's the Exhaust. I don't know if they can actually chase him down.
Yeah, Castle's feeling pretty confident on this Rumble. Fudge is not going to get a whole lot more here. B-Boy, though, ready to follow it up on the Corki. One more auto attack, point blank range. You combine it with the Gatling gun, and Castle finally falls.
Nicely done. Going to be able to chase him down. They do get a kill there. We'll see how much more they can take, because the objective bounties are up and available. So if Fudge can push in and actually take the tower on the top side, that would be nice. But meanwhile, XU is working away on this dragon, so they are going to be moving to Soul Point here. It is Chemtech Soul, so not the highest desirability as far as that is concerned, but still, a soul is a soul. Fudge will be able to take this tower, though, so the gold lead will be getting closed a decent bit there. You know, down below 3K. It was about 1,000 gold swing off the back of that, but Rahel going to help to even things out as he's going to be able to knock down that mid lane tower.
Yeah, it's still a very impressive lead for Disguised. You've still got
maybe find a solo kill or something like that. And they do have some good engage tools here with both Seos and Palafox, but Seos may be getting caught out here.
Yeah, that main engage tool just took a whole ton of damage, just barely getting away for now. XU catches up, smites him down. Now Darkwings ready to make his heroic entrance.
Fudge.
TP though, Fudge wants to join up with everybody, and Darkwings has overextended. Another shutdown for Shopify.
Very little armor, right? You know, it's the Galio is on Merc Treads plus the Hollow Radiance. You know, there's a little bit of armor elsewhere, but he getting caught out, that definitely sucks. He clearly knows this though. He is standing very far back, but even if he can't, you know, get a kill or whatever, you can still try to focus down this tier 2 tower, and that's what they're going to do here. Just 3 members top, focus down the tier 2, so they'll at least get that gold. But teleports are coming in as well from Huhi, so maybe DSG wants to try to find some even more, like try to set up a pick around Baron, try to control vision in that area, see if they can force something.
Let's see if Seos can give us a wowie here as DSG are starting up the Baron, but they don't want to overcommit to it. Got it down to about 3/4 HP. Castle has to flash over the pillar. Tempered Fate doesn't find anybody. Rahel just firing on these Mystic shots. Remember with this build, with the Shojin all stacked up, it pretty much doesn't have a cooldown. Rahel trying to shift forward there, aggressively find some more damage onto Seos. Remember, that is your main engage for Shopify, but it's a level 10 rel. It's a 1/3 HP. If he goes in, he is dead.
Yeah, he'll probably just, it'll be duck hunt. They're going in anyway.
Immediately though, XU ready to lead the charge. The heroic entrance ain't gonna do a whole lot here just yet as Castle's about to die to Fudge off to the side. Palafox already down now too as XU the rest of the Skyscraper with contracts and B-Boy off on the left. Rahel bringing him underneath the tier 1 turret. A beautiful bait and outplay from Disguised. A double kill for Castle before he falls. Two still
standing. Are you losing out your own life? You're losing the GA as well.
Ooh, Contract though, caught up in a Tempered Fate, but he's not the one in danger. Darkwings is the one to be sacrificed as the last bit of needlework from Fudge ain't gonna find a target, but who he kills off Palafox.
Sitting on Smite. They're trying to focus this down.
Rahel is not even here yet. The Ezreal is nowhere nearby, so Shopify can immediately claim the Drake, who he tries to go on a magical journey, but the
I just don't think that Frozen Heart is really it in this situation. You're the one with, I don't know.
Well, Shopify's deciding to full send it after Rahel, though, who barely gets away over the wall. Now Darkwings, XU, and Castle coming in for the massive counterattack. And B-Boy is cooked up. Rahel stays alive. And Disguise, one of the two eliminated, means there's just no way for Shopify to try to fight for this. And now, right when it looked like Disguise may have lost all their footing, how they may have kind of crossed.
And that one hurts because you lose the Baron just like that again.
To try to continue pushing things forward. Disguise. The big thing about that last fight too, because Shopify was so overextended, it was so easy for XU to finally pair up with everybody else and get the dive target that he wanted. Now, B-Boy taking continued poke here from Rahel with these Mystic shots. They've got the one empowered cannon minion, but meanwhile in mid, Castle has escorted the next wave up, so it's pressure in 2 places here from Disguise as they continue slowly whittling away at both these tier 3 turrets.
Yeah, pushing in both of these lanes, and we'll see how much they can get done. Rahel, is stepping forward, just kind of poking away, not really able to hit the tower just yet. They're going to drop the Tempered Fate, though, and now the tower will fall.
Okay, tower out of the way here in bottom lane. The base has been broken, and Disguise do not want to stop here. Rahel continuing to find those auto attacks, wear down the HP of this inhibitor, take the first inhib, and come that much closer to securing the first win here in this best of 3. As Castle opens up the mid lane inhib to be the target next. Rahel going to find a little bit of damage onto that first Nexus turret, knocks it down to almost half. Darkwings popping the stasis, trying to stay alive here for the very front line as they engage back onto B-Boy. The Corki is down, and Disguised have found their main man. Now, everybody else on Shopify scrambles to stay alive, but Castle just does way too much damage. Shopify fought back as good as they could, but after 37 minutes, Disguised proves triumphant to take game 1.
Nicely done by DSG, getting a win from that. Obviously, Nico does still have good counter engage, not saying that it's a bad pick, but some of these kind of like really strong supports that can answer as a counter are interesting, and we are getting the Unara.
Sure that he does not get jumped on any further by Contracts, as Darkwings was already forced to flash just a moment ago. Contracts continuing to chase after Castle through the jungle here.
You should be able to grab this one.
All right, already a thumbs up for Seos, getting himself out of danger there as now Contracts does jump in to grab that last grub. Darkwing with a little bit of damage over the wall, though, ready to follow up behind XU as there's the Pop Blossom from Huhi, but he's very, very low low on HP. Contract tries to jump back in and he gets first blood, but he dies right after. Now Rahel finds himself a pickup as Disguised has already got 2 kills. XU wants a little bit more, but B-Boy barely gets away.
The flash being forced, traded, I should say, there between Castle and Palafox in that replay.
Yep, Castle wanted to go for the pick, but couldn't find it since Palafox was fast enough on the reaction. This Herald, now Disguised is near, and looks like XU and Darkwing's gonna try to approach here from the tri-bush, but instead Darkwing's getting caught out, has to flash back over the wall. Nice reversal here from XU, but now he's gonna be the target. Who he wants to try to approach. B-Boy jumps into the back line. Pop Blossom onto B-Boy to keep Darkwing's alive, but XU's in the middle of everybody, and he's cut down first. Next kill goes over as Darkwing's falls, and it's Shopify Rebellion picking up 2 for nothing.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get 2 kills, and they should be able to grab the Herald here as well. So Shopify going to be able to claim the upgraded boots off the back of that fight. Whew. Able to find a pretty big engage, and you're just finding that pick out onto Darkwings. Yes, he survived for a very long time, but Rahel was never really grouped up with them. He was kind of hitting on the side, but couldn't become a big part of that fight. And with Victor going down early, there's not really, in the meanwhile, is pushing down on this bot lane tower, so should be able to get this tower for himself. They are working on the Dragon right now also, but it's going to be TP coming in here from Palafox. They want to contest even without their jungler.
Okay, Disguised going after the objective as B-Boy has already jumped in after Darkwings, and with Palafox and Fudge here too, Darkwings is already out of the picture. Now Palafox rides into the Weaver's wall. Seos distracting Huhi off the side. XU is stuck in the middle of everybody, but it is still the Drake going the way of Disguised at least. It's going to cost them, though, as they've already lost Darkwings. They've already lost...
Would be strong on their comp, because they do have a really beefy front line if they can continue to grab these dragons.
Yep, but they have to make sure they don't let that gold lead slip as they're ready to try to approach this Otacon that's already down to 4,000 HP. Seos wants to interrupt as XU jumps into the middle of everybody, and the Pop Blossom only finds Seos. The Otacon is low, but Contracts is lower. Disguise going to find themselves the first kill. They're going to take the objective on top of it. Beautifully maneuvered there so far as Seos has to try to get away, but he's walking straight into the waiting arms of Darkwings, who just got paid.
That was huge.
As Seos and Fudge trying to disengage here. Actually with the slam into the wall there on the enemy support as the Weaver's wall looks to cut off the rest of the fight, but a massive engage with a Pop Blossom from Huhi to try to set it up. Rahel just goes right back over the wall, but instead he's going to be in some danger. He's still alive and firing with the Arc of Ruin. Rahel barely falls at the very end, but a double kill for Darkwings. Castle chasing after Fudge. Shopify Rebellion have crumbled to pieces. Huhi dies to the last burp from the Dragon, and there's just dead bodies everywhere. 4 dead on Disguised. Pardon me, 4 dead on Shopify, 3 dead on Disguised. It's a DSG team fight victory, and they're going to earn themselves soul point off the back.
There we go. Now we're getting the explosions coming through here.
That was a 10-second car.
Exactly. That was I would be pretty scared about an untouched Rahel doing some real damage, but look at Fudge. He already popped the ulti. They're going to go.
Fudge wants to go into the back line. He's found his way onto Rahel, but he's going to be peeled instead. Disguise ready to fire back now as B-Boy jumps over the wall here with the Killer Instinct, and XU's not going to get him. Palafox takes out Darkwings. Disguise still trying to scramble and fight back, but Fudge is still alive. Castle goes all out, but Shopify is all in. Castle still getting away with a little bit of fancy footwork, but Contracts chases him down.
Trying to peel him. He just flashes away from the Skarner, gets away from any sort of real damage, and now the Dragon will be taking the potential very long time before he actually gets the Zonias. You can see Palafox instead. Oh, big pick.
XU, nice impale there on a Contract, but where's the follow-up damage? Now Shopify can try to turn it back around. He's about to die. He's got to be careful. XU trying to create a little bit of space, but Fudge is in the middle of everyone yet again. XU finally falls, but Seos and Fudge are in danger here on the front line. The Pathmaker from Camps.
And it's just going to be gone before he even arrives.
Yeah, this Baron's already down below 5,000 HP. DSG thinking about it, but they thought too slow. Nice secure goal ahead of DSG. It's probably going to take a misplay on the side of Shopify and a good punish from DSG to really be able to win a fight right now.
Yeah, I mean, Darkwings is pushing top lanes. They have no wave clear.
Oh, he's already about to die. The Pop Blossom keeps him alive for an extra second, but he's still burning down. The tier 2 has already fallen. Disguised keeps their support alive, but just ever so barely. And Shopify is keeping the pressure on, making their way forward, trying to force their hand into the base of Disguised.
Yeah, I mean, with Darkwings on that top side, Shopify had an opportunity to try to really force there. They know there's not a lot of wave clear for those Baron up minions. It was really just Rahel.
Okay, Disguised ready to try to approach. They really want that soul. Fudge just drawing their attention over the wall here a little bit longer. Weaver's wall fires out. Now XU's going to take damage here on the front line, but the Skarner's still pretty tanky. Nice two-man ulti comes out with the Impale onto Contracts and Seos. Contracts about to die, Seos at the same time, but Rahel's been killed. B-Void with a killer instinct finds his man. Fudge chasing far into the back line, might just finally get punished, and he will be shut down by Dark Wings, but it's a 4v3, and Shopify are liking the odds. A double kill for B-Void, and Contracts isn't slowing down. Beautiful seismic shove onto the Victor. Palafox guarantees Dark Wings has no way out. Contracts going on a killing spree as the only one left alive is Huhi. Yes, he's got Pop Blossom. Yes, he's got Flash. No, there's nobody else left to help him. And Shopify Rebellion are breaking into the base.
Yeah, and I think they're about to send us here to game 3. They have the Baron up minions. There's no one respawning for so long, and I don't think Huhi can defend.
All right, Huhi, scramble as you like. This one's going to be tough. Pop Blossom hits plenty of targets, but there is no damage there. Ace for Contracts. Shopify Rebellion 16-11. They stop DSG from ever getting that Ocean Soul. They take it all the way to the Nexus, and they're taking us to game 3.
Going the distance here. DSG get taken out in that. They can potentially outscale the York in that side lane. But the one thing I will say about this matchup is I feel like if the York is playing it well and just constantly hitting the E's, you can sometimes just kind of like poke down the Jax. Where
Dragon Pit, he has priority in the bottom lane. Fudge controlling the push down there means that it feels safer to do things around that Dragon Pit if you need to. But Palafox now tagged the Spiraling Despair. Dark Wings, though, caught in the Glacial Prison, and that's easy money for Contract.
Nice repeat.
Shopify already has a majority, but it looks like for the first time this series, Isaac, we are going to see all 3 grubs go the same direction, and that direction is Shopify Rebellion.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what happens. All
Still
3
trade right after. This Drake, remember, I was talking about earlier, both previous games, the first Drake was done with 6 minutes on the clock. This time around, Contracts found that 1 kill that we've had so far this game at that timer instead. And now finally, going to come back towards that. Castle still feeling fully comfortable in this 1v1. Both teleports, both flashes are available for the top laners. Nice bubble, immediately followed up with the Glacial Prison. Palafox gets the 2nd kill of the game for Shopify Rebellion. So easy after the nice catch there from Seos and Contracts.
Yeah, and going to be able to get the tower in there. They hit the E under tower. You know, the ulti's just kind of hitting them, but you can't actually then stand there as the York themselves, or the tower will hit you. So they can just kind of fight your ult and sometimes kill it in that position. So Castle now finding himself in a bit of a difficult spot, has to try to clear this wave.
Yeah, and now that they know there's no Maiden of the Mist to try to protect him, Contracts and Fudge want to make the move to continue keeping the pressure on down here in the bottom lane. Turret destroyed, Shopify Rebellion. That gold lead is up over 3,000. It will shrink a little bit below that mark here as the tier 1 turret is claimed by Dark
Heavy
Wings.
poke here. Playing around that mid lane, and now DSG just trying to look for some sort of an invade. Might be able to push out Contracts, but they've got to be careful about a potential shockwave with the wall too.
Yep, they'll invade for a little bit of
getting that backup that you were looking for. And to go back to your question as far as like where would you want to see them kind of draw that line in the sand?
Yeah.
I think generally what you're doing in these kind of, can he actually get vision? Can he get close enough? He's pretty split from the team, but would have a good flank angle.
Okay, XU trying to find a way in. Castle's going to be the intended target here for Shopify Rebellion, but they don't find him in time. Nice engage from XU, who he trying to get away off to the side. His Contracts also has to flash. The Spiraling Despair sets it up, so Castle can take it down. But Castle loses his own life in the process. Now Fudge got to be a little bit wary of all these feathers from the Zaya. Disguised, beautifully done there to earn themselves
in time. But they are going to grab the dragon on the bottom side, so you try to make a play like engaged on here.
Yeah, this is the YOLO play from Disguise. Castle and Fudge both making their way up. Nice shockwave from Palafox. Rahel and XU are both nearly killed immediately. Rahel down to only 150 HP. Nobody is dead, but it does not matter. They are all forced completely away as Shopify Rebellion will now take control over the topside river, over the Baron Pit itself. Disguise trying to regroup. XU is still only at 1/3 HP.
It's theirs.
He will not be able to recall and then still try to participate in this Baron. So this Baron is Shopify Rebellion.
Yeah, and you can see that Castle was pinging assist over onto the dragon, because now they're saying, you know what, if we don't get the dragon, then we're cooked, right? We're going to lose Soul. We're going to lose
prevent the Ocean Soul. All right, they're going for it. Disguise will actually stop the Soul for now. Shopify Rebellion wanted to go back on the front line there, and it looks like Fudge and Contracts will go ahead and knock down the last little bit of health on this tier 2 turret.
Here in the risky, and no one reacted to that shockwave. no one flashed it. There wasn't like a Xayah ult to answer it. They're going to try to look now.
Yeah, Contract's in some danger here, but the redemption coming out from Seos isn't enough to save him in time. Now XU's got to try to escape as the shockwave will not find a
Heal was
target.
used. Look at that damage under a hell, though. That is like 55% of your health with one quick trade.
Yeah, that was a lot of burst. And now the Xayah, luckily he didn't panic and use the ulti there, so at least he's still got that get out of jail free card. But there's so much pressure here in the mid lane. Hui is normally so effective at clearing out the waves, it just makes the Baron that much more valuable when Shopify is able to secure it. They've still got 45 seconds left in the Red Bull Baron power play, and they're going to continue using that to just snowball this gold lead larger and larger. And now that gold lead is over 5,000.
Yeah, 5,000.
They want to keep this pressure on.
Yeah, they're just going to keep constantly trying to rinse and repeat here. It's kind of up to B-Boy. Just land the poke that you can. Who he's going to look?
Yeah, who he jumps into the back line. He finds an initial lockup onto Seos. A little bit more is not enough just yet as Rahel goes into the back line looking for B-Boy even further. He finds 2 kills. Rahel stepping up as Fudge at least gets one back onto XU, but Disguised are showing some signs of magic here. Castle now continuing to try to lock down Fudge and Palafox, prevent them from getting away. Disguised knows they have to get more. Palafox and Fudge continuing to retreat. Severing Bolt finds no target. Contracts just wants to slow who he down. But the beautiful engage from of damage there from Contracts on the Sejuani, but XU still hanging out in the Ocean Rift brush just to make sure that he's always close to this dragon. Wants to guarantee that if nothing else, he can at least fight for it. Fudge versus Castle off to the side. Dragon down to 1,000. It's taken by XU and Disguise. But now what about the fight after? Contracts trying to keep chasing as B-Boy gets the kill on XU, and Shopify Rebellion are looking for even more. The blade color is used. Contracts is hurt, but he is not down yet. Fudge looking for his approach angle. Wanted to get the stun with the counter strike, but a nice use of the hard CC from Dark Wings keeps everybody protected for now, but Rahel is dead. Palafox going on a killing spree, and B-Boy is blessed up by the Nami, a piercing light through the hearts of Disguise as Shopify Rebellion are marching it down bottom lane. Now Castle the entire time.
He took so much damage, and then that shockwave comes through. XU is just deleted. You see them trying to run out, and I guess they were worried about walking through the tri-brush because they thought Fudge would come in there. The initial CC here was really nice. The fear into the knock up there from Fox, and B-Boy looking with the culling.
Yeah, B-Boy nearly kills Dark Wings from 100 to 0. The Hui barely survives, but now without the mid laner healthy enough to fight, it means Shopify get the extra little bit of time they need to take out the tier 3 turret in the top lane. Now a teleport to bring Fudge back in. He just purchased a fully completed Sterix Cage. He's got that and a Zhonya's now. The Jax is so incredibly difficult to kill, and 2 inhibitors are vulnerable. The one in top is about to die already with the 2 blessed up cannon minions already firing into it. They'll be able to finish the job, and Shopify switch their attention over to mid lane.
Yeah, Fudge getting healed up by the Nami there, which is pretty critical. They're going to go.
XU decides to flash engage, but Palafox ain't going to be found just yet. Who he in the back, but nobody follows it up, and now Fudge is putting the pressure on Rahel and XU. Disguised have lost their main engage tools. They have lost their support, and their base is starting to crumble. Luckily, bottom lane does not have a minion wave in the right position. They can't get 3 inhibbed, but Shopify might just be looking for the Nexus instead. They'll continue moving forward. Minion waves pouring in from mid and top with super minions now, as B-Boy just going to try to put a couple more bullets there into the maid and maybe take that out. Super minion arriving from mid lane, and Shopify are not done yet. 20 seconds left still on this Baron. 20 seconds left of pushing power. Immediately Glacial Fissure locks up Rahel, but they don't quite have enough damage to kill him. Castle stuck in the front line now, wants to get a little bit more damage onto B-Boy, but it ain't going to be enough. Palafox, unstoppable. Castle can't hold on, and neither can the Nexus turrets. Disguised scrambles to try to keep the game alive, but I don't think it's going to work today. Everybody on Disguise is about to fall as B-Boy jumps into the fountain, and Shopify Rebellion, after 40 minutes, win the game and take the series.
Yeah, they grind this last